Hello guys, and welcome back to episode 19 of the free-to-play series. Today we made a lot of progress, trust me guys. So here is our attempt at the Sith raid, and let's just say we did no damage at all. If you guys don't know how this works, Nihilus gains protection up whenever you basic, so unless you're doing enough damage, you're not going to get through protection. The Nihilus phase is the hardest phase you will ever go up against in this Sith raid, and only certain teams can do well here. Normally that's like gas teams, clone teams, teams like that. There is a JTR team that works as well. For the most part, you're going to be struggling quite a lot in this phase. But guys, it does not matter. As long as you attack, you get placed on the scoreboard. So even though I got 0, I'm actually going to place 3rd. Moving on, we have some territory battles. Now this is phase 2 gameplay. We used our scoundrel team, and the results were decent. Not too bad at all. I think this was a 4 out of 6, which, you know what, that's decent. From the level I'm at, that is not bad at all. Could we have done better? Absolutely. If we had have remodded or done other stuff, maybe we would have had a better chance. But for the most part, this is a decent result. Now, I want to take a few minutes just to talk about this smuggler team here. Because I know a lot of you are probably asking questions like, why am I still using L3? Why am I still using Young Lando? So Young Lando is going to be staying in the team long term. Now, I have spoken about L3 before, and they are a character I'll build up at some point, but for now they are literally 3 stars. I do not have them any higher, and honestly I don't really see a reason to increase their gear too much. At a point in the game where I'm kind of beginning to stockpile gear for my Kyle Katarn, for my Mara Jade, so that as soon as they get to a decent star level, which they're on their way, they'll be able to go straight to gear 11 and 12. So I'm actually starting to be a bit more strict with who gets gear, and I'm only giving gear to characters that desperately need it. So like we've already covered in the last episode, our Phoenix are now done. They're gear 7. They will get no more investment in my account, probably ever, unless we go for the profundity, and then obviously we will take the team up a little bit. And then that leads us to this team. So obviously Young Han's probably going to go to Relics. Vandal's definitely going to Relics. Kira will probably go to gear 12. Lando is going to go to gear 8. L3 will eventually go to Relics, just not yet. And then Dash will go to Relics. So we're going to kind of try and control our resources and make sure we don't go over here. This is actually the wave that I lose this battle on. And it happens, guys. You can't win every single battle, and that's okay. As long as you accept you're going to 4 out of 4 or 6 out of 6, depending on the TB you're doing every single time, you're okay. Now I know there's a certain someone who watches this series who's going to be amazed right now. They've been asking me all the time, and yes, we've finally hit our mod cap. Now I've been modding religiously, which is why we haven't reached it yet, but I've actually taken a week or so where I've not really done any modding. And it shows we finally reached our mod cap. So what I did is I spent almost 2 million credits going through and upgrading mods and changing mods and doing all that, and guess what guys, we got like no 10 plus speed mods. It happens a lot. I think that the mods should have better drops, but it is what it is. We all complain, we all know what it's like. Yes, I spent a lot of credits today. We actually got some good mods. Like, yes, we didn't get good speed mods, but we actually got some good mods. We got some good potency primaries, we got the tenacity primary. We didn't really get anything else here, but we did get a couple of good 8 or 9 speed rolls. So going forward, maybe those mods are worth slicing, and maybe we end up with good mods here. Now some of you are probably thinking this is really inefficient what I'm doing, and you wouldn't be wrong. When I mod, I like to look at every single mod. I don't care if it's a really bad primary. Guys, don't do this yourself, I mean, unless you really want to. I just believe that there's going to be that one time where you don't look at one mod and it turns out to a 25 plus speed primary. Or secondary, sorry. So I like to look at every single mod I can. Also guys, just take 1 second and witness this. I scrolled through and I was like, wait, what? That is a gear 13 furnace piece, guys. A gear 13 furnace. So we got our first gear 13 piece, which I know one of the characters is going to need. So that's going to make our life a lot easier going down the line. And that's why you always attack in Sith Raid, even if you can't do any damage. Going back to the modding, however, unfortunately we couldn't go through any of the grey mods today. They're just so expensive to upgrade, but we aren't going to get rid of them because I do want to look at them. We're at the point on this account where mods are important regardless of primaries. As you will see as I'm looking through all the mods, I have no health with health primary triangles. So that would imply that I need to save all the health triangles I can get because we don't have the ones we want. Now obviously, you know, a few months down the line, maybe we be a bit more strict with the mods we keep and we sell some of these mods. But right now, we need mods more than anything. And if you guys didn't know, the most common mods are your squares and circles, then it's your diamonds, your arrows are very rare, your triangles are very, very rare, and the crosses are relatively rare. But crosses are the only ones that can have potency and tenacity primaries, the arrows are the only ones that can have speed primaries, and the triangles are the only ones that can have crit damage primaries. So you want to save any of those. If you get a crit damage, if you get a speed primary or a potency or tenacity primary, it's worth keeping just for the primary. Because trust me guys, you'll go down the line, if you've been selling them, in a year's time when you go to mod slots and characters, you'll be like, oh my days, I have no tenacity primaries, what am I gonna do? So for that reason alone, it is worth keeping those mods as you get them. Now we're into the final clip of this video, and that is another territory battle gameplay. This time I wanted to show you guys a different team. I could have shown you the Young Harmon, but I thought why not, let's mix things up. So here is my Phoenix attempt. This is now in phase 3 of territory battles. The phase has changed and the result unfortunately got a little bit worse than I would have liked. I would have liked this to at least 5 out of 6. I think we only got 3 out of 6 in the end. Unfortunately, we just got killed by some AoEs and there wasn't a lot we could have done about it. Our Hoth TB is not going terribly. I'll tell you what would make a big difference, platoons, but unfortunately the guild is not in a position where we can platoon efficiently. And overall, it would have made a big difference to the output of our teams. Now, this is post-remod, so we got to make use of that lovely crit damage on Ezra. I would have liked offense, but I haven't actually farmed offense mods yet. I haven't even unlocked the offense mod farming section yet. I'm currently doing speed mods, and I'll be doing speed mods probably for about 2 to 3 months from now. Whilst I think it's very important to have a balance of mods, I also think it's very important to get at least 1 or 2 good speed sets as well. So our mod plan going forward will be, we've farmed defense mods for like a few weeks, we've farmed crit damage mods for a few weeks, we've farmed health mods for ages. We're now going to farm just speed mods, and eventually it's going to be 2 to 3 refreshes a day, and we're going to do that for 2 to 3 months. And then once we've got 2 very good speed sets, then we'll move on to doing a rota based farming. So what I mean by that is we'll be doing, say, Mondays health mods, Tuesdays health mods, Wednesdays crit damage, Thursdays offense, Fridays and Saturdays speed, and Sundays slicing. And then the following week we'll just rotate the crit damage and offense mods for 2 other mods. So we always have an influx of mods. And if you're wondering why we're going to be farming speed and health twice each week, it is because they are needed for almost every character. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who have stayed until the end of the video. If you've enjoyed it, please consider giving it a like and subscribe, and I hope you'll have a Glurmit day.